One of the biggest barriers to travel is cost. It can feel like many destinations are too expensive and we're limited to a select few affordable options. But so many factors go into the cost of a trip, which opens up possibilities for money-saving options. I have a list of my 10 favorite ways to make travel more affordable. Number 1, book early. Even if you're not sure if the dates or the cost will work, but always book flexible or refundable options, especially when it comes to hotels, cruises, and flights. There are 2 main reasons for this. First, it establishes a baseline price that cannot increase. As long as you choose a flexible or refundable booking, you can cancel or make changes as needed. And secondly, it can help you to prepare for the price. After you've booked, you will have a pretty good idea of how much you will need to save to make that trip happen. The earlier you have that price, the better. And then along with that, number 2 is to keep checking prices after you book. I have truly saved thousands of dollars over the years by continuing to check prices after I've booked. For flights, book directly through the airline and do at least a main cabin fare that you can make changes for. In the weeks or months leading up to the trip, keep checking the price of that flight to see if it has gone down. If it has, you can usually change your flight, which will at the very least give you a travel credit that you can use for a future trip. And similarly with hotels, keep checking those prices, especially when you're getting close to those travel dates, along with other hotels that you may have been considering. While hotels will often increase their prices as the rooms start to fill, if they haven't filled as many rooms as they were wanting to, that's when you start to see those prices go down. And when you see that lower price, if you have booked a refundable reservation, you can just cancel that reservation and then rebook. Number 3 is to be flexible with your dates. Some of the more popular days to fly are Sundays, Mondays, and Fridays, and these will often be more expensive. If you're able to move around your trip a little bit, for example, leave on a Wednesday and return on a Tuesday, you will often see a reduction in the flight cost. And hotels are often more expensive on Fridays and Saturdays. So if you're planning a shorter trip and you're not flying, look to maybe stay in a hotel from a Sunday to a Thursday instead of those more expensive weekend days. Number 4 is to travel during the off-season. Off-season pricing is dramatically different than during peak season. This is especially true for popular destinations like Disney World, Paris, Hawaii, Las Vegas. Summer is usually going to be the most popular time, followed by Christmas. And then the shoulder season is in between off-season and peak season. That is usually spring and fall. Shoulder season is my favorite time to travel. These months can be ideal for milder temperatures, lower crowds, and then more affordable flights and hotels. January and February can often be the most affordable months to travel, but there are other factors you'll want to consider during those months. Depending on the destination, you may be faced with harsher weather or closed attractions. Number 5 is free activities. Some of the best things to do in any location can often be free. Going for a hike in Hawaii or swimming in the ocean in the Caribbean can often be some of the most memorable and rewarding parts of your trip. In cities, look for a beautiful park or a free museum to spend the afternoon. Getting the most out of your trip doesn't necessarily mean spending the most money. Number 6 is to check prices at different airports. Sometimes the closest airport isn't always the most affordable. Taking an extra hour to get to the airport or an extra train ride when you get to your destination can be a big cost savings. Be sure to take into account all of the costs though, including parking fees and train tickets. Number 7 is to find some affordable local food. One of the main reasons I travel to any destination is for the food. Eating traditional food of a city or a country can help you understand the culture and the history of its people. Small local restaurants, food halls, and markets can be some of the greatest food that you'll find on your trip, and often some of the most affordable as well. Number 8 is to be flexible with your location. Don't wait to travel until you can afford that 2-week vacation in Rome. Look for destinations that you can easily experience in a smaller time frame at a lower cost. Do some digging to find a destination that is within your budget. Number 9, avoid renting a car. So this may be a controversial opinion, but a vacation to me is much more relaxing when I can go car-free. Dealing with a rental company and traffic and parking and navigation can feel like a chore and often an unnecessary expense. Be creative with ways to get around. Most cities are best explored by foot. Public transportation is often a great option, as well as a local tour company. And number 10 is to travel local. We have had some incredible trips in northern Michigan and Chicago. Explore your own backyard in between those big bucket list destinations. And that's everything for today. If you'd like help planning your next trip, schedule a call with me and I can help to plan a trip that fits within your budget. Thanks for watching, everyone, and happy travels.